Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Tiffany and today I'll be talking about how and why I forgave my daughter's absent father. That's next. Stay tuned. Welcome to Midlife Mama. If you're new here, consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. On this channel, I share all things mommy. I like to share my life as a single mom, first-time mom in my mid-40s. So join the family, come along for the ride. If you're already a part of the family, hey, what's up? Welcome back. And in today's video, I want to talk about how and why I have decided to forgive my daughter's absent father. If you have watched the video, How I Got Pregnant at 45, I card it up at the top. If you've watched that video, then you know the story. He's decided that he does not want to be a part of her life. And that is a choice that he made. I mentioned in that video that I was feeling some anger and bitterness behind his decision to do that. And I was also going to do a video about how I got past it and got to forgiveness. But at the time I mentioned that I wasn't in a place where I could even do it. I actually said in the video, I'm not ready to do the video yet. I wasn't there yet, but I have gotten to that place of forgiveness and I want to share with you guys how I got there and why I actually took myself through that process of forgiving him. So in the interest of keeping this video short and sweet and not a long rambling session, I have tried to condense this video into two sections. First, I want to cover why I did it, and then I want to cover what the process was for me to get through it. Okay, so I've always wanted to be transparent in my journey, and this is a part of my journey. So that is the reason I've decided to record this video and share it with you guys. Before I get into it though, I want to just say thank you to all of you guys who have left a comment encouraging me in my single momness, and for your comments that are full of support and good things to say. I just want to say thank you guys for reaching out, and I want you guys to know that it played a major part in helping me get to this place. So if you've left a comment of support or encouragement in my past videos, I just want to say thank you for that. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how helpful those comments are. So thank you guys. There are a few specific reasons why I decided that forgiveness was necessary. And if you looked at the thumbnail reads Mommy Self-Care, because really this was a way for me to take care of my heart and take care of my spirit. The reason I decided to let go of it was because it was causing me some issues. Like it was messing with my spirit. That's the best way I can say it. So I needed to get to a place where I was not living or walking in anger and bitterness. And I needed to get to a place where I could be the best me so that I could be the best mom to my daughter. And that really was the crux of it, because I noticed that there were times when I was distracted thinking about how angry I was at him and thinking about how bitter I was about him. And that takes away from me being able to be fully available to be the best mom I can be to my daughter. And that is my ultimate goal. That's the only thing that I really want, and is to be the best mom I can be to my daughter. So I decided that I was not going to live in anger and bitterness any longer. The first thing I had to realize about this forgiveness thing is that it's not for him. What I mean by that is that when you decide to forgive someone, the thing to remember about forgiveness is that it's for you. It's for you to be able to let go of anger and let go of being bitter and let go of the hurt and not carry it around with you, because it's baggage. It weighs you down and it peppers and clouds your thought processes. So if you are able to forgive, then you're free of that. You become free of that. That's a lesson that I have learned a long time ago. But when you're in the middle of someone doing something that really, really hurts you, sometimes you forget some of your life lessons that you've learned. And I learned those lessons about forgiveness a long time ago, but this was a major hurt for me. So I did lose sight of the fact that I was going to need to forgive. So remember that forgiveness is for you. It's not for the person you're forgiving. It's for you. So I decided to forgive. I can't control the decisions that he makes. I can't control what he's decided to do, but I can control my response to it. And up until recently, my response had been to be mad about it and to want to seek vengeance and want to make him pay or get some kind of understanding or closure about it. And those things are fruitless and they're futile, because I can't control any of those things. I can't force any results from that. There's nothing I can do about how he's responded to this situation. I can only control what I do in response to that. So I decided to no longer respond in anger, but to respond in forgiveness, because he is living his life. He's going on about his days like normal, and my anger and my bitterness and my resentment towards him doesn't affect him at all. So I was really wasting my energy holding on to all of that, because having that energy, that negative energy and the anger and all of that doesn't affect him at all. He doesn't feel it. Maybe he knows that it's there, but it doesn't affect his life. But it was affecting my life. So I had to let it go. One of the ways I was able to let go of the anger was to forget about the fantasy apology that I was imagining in my head. I had to tell myself that he was not sorry and the apology was not coming. And once I was able to let go of the fact that that apology wasn't coming, then I was more able to release more of the anger. And the next thing that I needed to do was to stop trying to get it. I don't get it. And I just had to accept that. I do not get how you don't want to be a part of your daughter's life. I don't get that. And I'm never going to get it, because to me, she is the best thing that ever happened to me. She's an answer to prayers that sometimes I didn't know I was praying. She's answers to prayers that my heart was praying, even when I wasn't praying them out loud. My heart was praying for her. So I don't get how you don't want to be a part of that, but it's not for me to get. And I'm never going to understand that, because we're in two different places. So I'm never going to be able to put myself in his shoes and understand why he made that decision. I'm never going to get it. And I had to finally accept the fact that I wasn't. So I have to stop trying to get it. And when I stopped trying to get it and just realized that it is what it is, I was able to let go of a little bit more of the anger and of the bitterness and the frustration of not understanding it. Once I accepted that I just don't get it, then the frustration of not understanding fades away. The last thing that I needed to do was to resist and let go of the urge to get even. And this ties into the child support issue. So in the beginning, I've said this out of anger a lot, that if he's not going to be a part of her life, he is at least going to pay. And so filing for child support and wanting to get him to do his part or pay his share was a decision that I was making out of anger. And so I had to pull back from the child support issue because I wanted to make sure that I was not filing for child support in order to punish him for his bad behavior. I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to file for child support, it's going to be because there is a literal, physical, financial need for support, and not because I wanted him to hurt or I wanted him to suffer for deciding not to be a part of her life. It's not up to me to make him suffer. It's not up to me to make him pay. Vengeance is not mine. So I pulled back from filing for child support because I didn't want to file for child support from a place of anger and resentment. And that issue, the child support issue as it stands, is at a stalemate right now. I haven't done anything to pursue it. There is an open case, but I've done nothing to pursue it because I didn't want to do that from a place, like I said, I'm keep saying this, I did not want to do it from a place of anger and resentment. But now that I've gotten to the place where there's forgiveness and I'm not mad about it, I'm over it, I'm done with it, then ultimately I haven't gotten child support up to now, and Nevaeh and I are doing fine. So is it a struggle? Sometimes yes, but I didn't want to be the one who was angry and mad and trying to get every penny out of him because I was mad. So it's another issue. I'm not saying that I won't file for child support. I'm not saying that I won't take child support if we end up in court and it's granted. But what I've decided to do is not to depend on it. I've decided to make my own way to take care of my daughter because that's what she is. She's mine. She's my daughter. I'm not saying that child support, that you should not file for child support. I never want to tell you to do that, because if you need child support, then file for it. I just decided for my own self to pull back from pursuing child support until I got to the place where I wasn't trying to use child support to punish him. That's it. Okay, so now that I've done that, I've gone through the process and I've forgiven him and I'm not mad about it anymore, I'm free. I don't give him a second thought. The only reason I have thought about this now was because I wanted to do this video, because I'm hoping that my journey can help or inspire someone else's journey. It's the only reason I'm thinking about this now. Other than that, I don't give him a second thought. I don't think about texting him. I don't think about calling him. I don't fantasize about the apology that I wanted to have. I don't do any of that. I focus all of my attention on taking care of my daughter, and by extension, taking care of myself. Because if I am in good health, physically, spiritually, and mentally, then I am able to be the best mom possible to my daughter. She gets the best of me, not what's left of me after I've dealt with all of the issues. So she gets the best of me as long as I'm taking care of myself mentally, physically, and spiritually. Uh-oh, she's awake. So you're probably wondering, I get this question a lot. Would I allow him to see her if he decided he wanted to be a part of her life again? Y'all see her? Here she comes. Here she comes. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So would I allow her father to see her if he wanted to? The last thing I want to say about this whole forgiveness thing is that I've left the door open. I haven't locked the door completely and sealed it shut. I've left the door open, and I've left the door open because I do believe that fathers have an important role in their child's life. Whether or not he chooses to accept that role is up to him, but I believe that fathers are equally important. So I've left the door open because hearts can change and people can change, and everyone deserves a second chance. And if his heart changes and if he desires a second chance to be a father, a genuine father to her, then I will be able to foster that relationship between him and her because I've forgiven him. There will be nothing in the way. The path will be clear. There will be nothing standing in the way of him getting to know her and she getting to know him, because there won't be any of my issues standing in the way. So I wanted the path to be clear. If by some miracle he has a change of heart, I didn't want to be mad and angry and tempted to block that in order to punish him. So that's it, you guys. I just wanted to get on here and share that with you guys because I mentioned that I would once I got to that place of forgiveness about this situation. I hope it helps. Take care of yourself by letting go of anger and bitterness and moving on from it to live your best life. So at the end of the day, it's not easy. I know this was a short video and I condensed it, but there's a lot more that can be said about this process. It's not an easy process. It does not happen overnight, but it is worth taking the steps to get there, to get to the place where you have let go of it and you're not harboring bitterness and anger, because it can hurt you. It can hurt you physically, it can hurt you mentally, and it can hurt you spiritually. So it's worth it to take the steps to get past it and to let it go. I hope this helped. Give this video a big thumbs up if it did. Subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't done that already. Join the family, come along for the ride. I promise you the next video will be much happier. Comment your thoughts and questions in the comments below. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.